What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another player prop video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Welcome back. It is Saturday, baby, and you already know what time it is. PropsMadeEasy.com, the best player prop tools you could possibly use, and it's only $20 a month for every sport you can imagine. Let's get straight into that money, baby. If you haven't joined Props Made Easy yet for only $20, you're tripping. Now, something new that was added to Props Made Easy is a little pop-up note every time you get on there to let you know the best way to utilize the tools. I know that there is a large portion of people who, for some reason, just didn't understand how to utilize the tools, and that's fine. If you didn't know how to utilize the tools, you now do. Okay, for sports with a probability percent, look for 53% or higher to get the best results. Sports without the probability percent, you want to aim for 1.5 or higher differentials. Any further questions on how to get the most out of the tools, don't hesitate to contact support. Green, great play, all data points are fantastic. Yellow, decent play, but some data could be better. And red, avoid completely. Okay? Um, so yeah, easy as that. All right? Let's get straight into it. Now, as you can see, let me refresh because I was talking a little bit. Let me make sure it's as updated as humanly possible. All right. So for NFL, same thing as it's been so far for week 1. I mean, the top plays are pretty clear cut. It's Baker Mayfield's passing yards under 239.5 at a -5 sportsbook differential. CJ Stroud passing yards over 266.5 at a 5 sportsbook differential. Tua Tagovailoa passing yards over 256.5 at a 5 sportsbook differential. Josh Allen passing yards over 239.5 at a 4.5. Tyreek Hill receiving yards over 90.5 at a 4.5. I like combining him up with Tua in a little correlated slip. That makes sense to me. Joe Burrow passing yards over 250.5 is at a 3.5 sportsbook differential. So some really good options there. But all of the top options outside of Tyreek Hill are passing yards. So let's take a look at rushing yards. The best rushing yards options is Aaron Jones rushing yards under 66.5 at a -2.5. Kyler Murray's rushing yards over 33.5 at a 2.5. Anthony Richardson rushing yards over 42.5 at a 2. And then James Conner's rushing yards under 58.5 at a -2. Those would be your absolute best options. And then James Cook's in play as well with his rushing yards over 69.5 at a 1.5. Remember what the note said. Anything 1.5 or higher for anything with sportsbook differential. Okay, anything that has sportsbook differential, 1.5 or higher is going to be where you want to focus on keeping it. All right. Let's look at receiving yards. Looking at receiving yards, the best options for week 1 is Tyreek Hill's receiving yards over 90.5 is at a 4.5 sportsbook differential. Now, this sportsbook differential, remember, the sportsbook line comes from all sportsbooks that have week 1 lines so far, averaged in a one line to give you the best accurate representation of where all of Vegas is when it comes to the actual sportsbook line number. Okay, then we take that and we compare it to Prizepicks, and you will have the sportsbook differential. So Tyreek Hill's receiving yards over 90.5 is at a 4.5. Nico Collins receiving yards under 65.5 at a -2.5. George Pickens receiving yards under 58.5 at a -2. Michael Pittman Jr. receiving yards under 64.5 at a -2. All of those guys are going to be your absolute best options there. All right. NFL preseason. Anything for NFL preseason? No. Added to the tools. CFL was added to the tools yesterday. Did they already start or something? Let me see. I got some good CFL slips in. I definitely got some good CFL slips in. CFL is still there, so the data should be popping back in here any minute. We'll come back to it. For MLB, we do have a couple good options here. Kyle Tyler, strikeouts over 3.5 is a 53.23% probability. -139 PME consensus odds. Gets as high as -150 on BetMGM. And a projection of 5.56, a 2.06 projection differential. So Kyle Tyler, strikeouts over 3.5 is great. Tanner Hook, strikeouts under 4.5 at a 53.12%. -138.8 PME consensus on the under. It gets as high as -148 over on Caesars and a projection of 4.4. Man, you can't ask for much more. Not only is the probability percent minus the VIG at a 53% or higher, which is what we're looking for, the PME consensus odds, which takes all sports books that have these lines, average them into one line to give you the most accurate representation. All right, -139 and -138. And then they get as high as -150 and -148. So Very good options, and our projections are also on the same side of those lines as well. So just really, really good spots there. Let's check some other sports books. Over on Underdog, nothing too crazy. We do have one right on the brink at a 52.94. Kyle Gibson's walks under 2.5 is 52.94% to hit. Over on Better Picks, you have DJ Hare's hits allowed under 4.5 at a 53.65. Carlos Rodon strikeouts under 6.5 at a 53.14, and Tanner Hook still over here as well. Strikeouts under 4.5 at a 53.12. Now, one thing I will say is when a play is of green probability on the MLB tool at Props Made Easy, that line will bump eventually. Okay, so utilize these tools and get that in ASAP. One thing Props Made Easy does do very, very well is beating the bump, especially for these green probability plays. Okay, even some of these high yellow plays, like the 52.94s and stuff, will get bumped sometimes before it even reaches the green. So definitely get that. Boom Fantasy, nothing too crazy there. For Dabble, we have the DJ Hare's play, hits allowed under 4.5. Over on DraftKings Pick 6, we have Anthony Volpe singles over 0.5 at 54.89%. Vladimir Guerrero hits, runs, RBIs over 1.5 at 54.39%. DJ Hare's hits allowed under 4.5 at a 53.65. George Springer singles under 0.5 at a 53.45. So many, many options to play there for MLB. Looking at the MLB first inning runs tool, a lot of unders are popping here. You got Kyle Gibson, Jameson Taillon on their under first inning runs allowed. They have a 1.23 combined whip in the first innings this season. These two offenses have a 0.696 combined OPS, which is weak in the first inning this season. Jameson Taillon himself has a 2 ERA, which is great. A 3.25 combined ERA. Really like that spot for those guys. So Kyle Gibson and Jameson Taillon would be the absolute best under. And then some other spots that are interesting. Look at the combined whip here for Hunter Green and Kyle Harrison in the first inning. A 1.11 and a 0.645 combined OPS on the offense that they're both of these offenses. So Hunter Green 2.57 first inning ERA. Really good spot for the under there as well. There's really no overs that I would recommend playing. Nothing for WNBA. For the Olympics, we have Anthony Davis points over 9 at a 0.5. Anthony Edwards points under 13 at a minus 0.5. Kevin Durant points over 15 at a 0.5. And Jokic points over 19.5 at a 0.5. So these are very, very tight lines. So unless you just absolutely have to play some Olympics and absolutely want to play Olympics, these differentials aren't going to be aren't too crazy to be trying to add into slips. Now, if you just want to add some of them, you can add any of these four. Okay, but they are the best 4 options that we have for Olympics, but nothing too crazy is popping. For MMA, we have Rolando Bedoya, significant strikes over 60.5 at a 5 sportsbook differential. Umar Nurmagomedov, significant strikes over 82.5 at a 5. Michael, significant strikes under 43.5 at a minus 3. Dumas, significant strikes over 32.5 at a 3. Shamil, significant strikes over 36.5 at a 3. So some really, really, really good options at the top of the MMA tool as well. Nothing for tennis. Nothing for PGA. For soccer, we have CJ Dos Santos saves over 3 at a 0.5 sportsbook differential there. For League of Legends, we do have some plays here. Fiesta, first 3 map kills under 14 at a minus 1.5. ZZK, first 3 map kills over 9 at a 1.5. And Tenouns, first 3 map kills under 12 at a minus 1.5. Looking at Dota, we have some big ones. Whisper, first 2 map kills over 10 at a 3 sportsbook differential. BZM, first 2 map kills over 13.5 at a 2. Nisha, under, first 2 map kills of 14 at a minus 1.5. Parker, first 2 map kills over 14.5 at a 1.5. All in play there. For CS2, everything is right on the brink of where we would like it, but peeping, first 2 map kills under 28.5 at a minus 1.33. Nitro, first 2 map kills under 30.5 at a minus 1.33. And then Hobbit, first 2 map headshots over 17 at a 1.25. Freshie, first 2 map headshots over 10.5 at a 1.25. And then Laddie KK, first 2 map kills under 31.5 at a minus 1.25. Some options there. And then last but not least, over on Valorant, Safe. Valorant, safe. First 2 map kills over 36.5 is a 1 sportsbook differential there. Let's see if CFL popped in. Yes, it did. So for CFL, which was added yesterday, Canadian Football League, we do have sportsbook differentials for this, okay? So Dedrick Mills, rushing yards, over 58.5 is at a 2.67. Shea Patterson, passing yards, over 256.5 is at a 2.67. Kadeem Carey, rushing yards, under 72.5 at a minus 2.33. Reggie Beggleton, 2.33 on the over 47.5. Sean Bain Jr., receiving yards, over 46.5 at a 2.33. Eugene Lewis, receiving yards, under 58.5 at a minus 2. I mean, we've got a lot of options. Jake Meyer, passing yards, over 260.5 at a 1.67. And then Markin Michaels, receiving yards, under 47.5 at a minus 1.67. But honestly, you don't even have to dip down to that range. They're in play, and we like 1.5 or higher, but I mean, why not just make a slip of the 2s? So all of these are fantastic options, man. All of them. I made a slip before with Jake Meyer. His line's at 260.5, so I have a slip right now with Jake Meyer, passing yards, over 260.5, paired up with Reggie Beggleton, receiving yards, over 47.5. As a little correlated slip, and then I add Sean Bain Jr. into it, receiving yards. So that's a little slip that I have running at the moment. Might make me a 6-man, might not, I don't know. But yeah, CFL is up on the tool as well. And as you guys know, we're always looking for sports to add. Anytime we're able to do that, we will. Thank y'all for joining me as always, and let's keep dominating, baby. PropsMadeEasy.com is only $20 a month. Anybody not utilizing Props Made Easy, let them continue paying their $50+ on whatever they're using, and not even have the success Props Made Easy is having. So let's get this money, baby. Join up. Let's get it. The fantasy football headquarter at Props Made Easy. The content that we're going to add for fantasy football leagues will be at Props Made Easy some point today. Okay, so if you want to lock that in and get ready for your drafts and stuff for your league, we will have player rankings for standard and PPR. We will have a who to start tool, and then we will have weekly rankings by position and player stat projections and all type of stuff. Okay, so definitely try that out. It'll be an awesome thing. It won't be expensive. As always at Props Made Easy, everything is always very affordable. We are never going to be super expensive for anything that we offer here at Props Made Easy. All right, we're for the people, baby. Let's have a big Saturday. Let's get that money. PropsMadeEasy.com. You already know. Let's get it. I'm out.